So I want to show you something that applies to people who have woodworking shops like I do, and even people doing home renovations, especially when it comes to laying hardwood flooring. And this is the thing here. It's a moisture meter, and it tells you how wet wood is. Now, this one's fairly old. I don't know if they make this model anymore. But essentially, it's just a device for measuring electrical resistance. And I just got a load of cherry in this morning. Cherry's one of my favorite woods. And I'm making a stair railing out of this stuff. It feels dry enough, but is it dry? Because I don't want to mill this wood down to final size until it is completely dry. And that dryness is expressed in moisture content. You can see the scale here. For a heating climate, like where I live in Canada, we want wood to be between 7 and 9% moisture. And this device, or anyone like it, takes the guesswork out of that. Now, before I show you how it works, I want to show you this little thing. Because as I said, this is a device for measuring the electrical resistance of wood. The moister wood is, the less electrical resistance, and the higher the little needle goes. So in order for this to be accurate, it has to be calibrated. And that's what this thing here is for, battery and calibration check. So when I put the two prongs on these two screw heads here, and I push the button, the meter should read 16%. Let's see. It's perfectly calibrated. If it wasn't, I could use a small screwdriver in here to turn it, and that would move the needle while I was pressing it, and then I would know that I'm right on. So about an hour ago, these were boards. Now I'm turning them into stair spindles. This was the surface that was close to the board. If you can imagine, there were a bunch of these. They were lined up like this. So this was the surface that was closest to the surface of the board. I've planed it. It used to be rough, and I've planed it. And now I've also sliced it into thickness for the spindles. So this is a surface that used to be deep into the board right here, but now it's exposed. That's the sort of surface that I want to examine with the moisture meter, because if I test it up here, it might be superficially dry, but there could be quite a bit of moisture deep in the board. So this used to be deep in the board until a few minutes ago, and let's take a look, see what we have. So I'm going to stick the prongs in, press the button, and yeah, we're well within that 7 to 9% safety range. Now, I didn't see where this wood was stored. It was picked up for me at a warehouse, but I can tell for sure that this wood was stored in a heated environment. You can have wood that's stored in a sheltered but unheated environment for 100 years, and it's never going to get drier than 12 to 14%. So the fact that we're down to 7 to 9 shows that this was in a heated space. I can proceed with confidence now. Now, this is for furniture and woodworking and things, but the same applies if you're installing wood flooring. It's not unusual for people to come to grief with wood flooring. They put it down, they don't realize how damp it is, and then it shrinks, and they get all kinds of cracks between the boards, and there's really nothing you can do in that case. So the trick, see the moisture level of the wood you're using, and don't do anything significant with it until you're in that 7 to 9% critical level. Thanks for watching. Click here to join the thousands of people who get the Bailey Line Road hands-on how-to newsletter for free every Saturday morning.